Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing my July TBR. We are doing a month full of mood reading in honor of my birthday. Let's get into it. To start out the video, I will show y'all the book that my book club will be reading over on Fable. If you would like all my spoilery thoughts on this book, you can click the link in the description of this video to join us over there. It's a real fun time. The book I am talking about is The Wedding People by Alison Espech. This was a Read with Jenna pick. That is what drew me to this. This is a very popular book. Kind of reminds me of The White Lotus. Maybe if you like that show, you might want to give this book a go. It is a literary fiction, but what is this book ultimately about? We have our main character who is thinking about taking her life. So she goes to a bougie hotel to do it, but then she realizes she is the only person there that is not a part of this wedding party. And she's like, oh my gosh, I obviously can't end my life and ruin the weekend for this wedding. So we're going through this weekend with her of her debating if she should end things or not. The next book that I plan to read in July is Beach Read by Emily Henry. And do I need to say more of why I want to read this in July? But Emily Henry is an author who I've given 5 stars to, and I've given 3 stars to, and I've heard it's basically every other book you'll love. I loved Book Lovers, the people we meet on vacation. I don't think it needed to be a romance. Beach Read, is it going to be a 5-star? Hopefully it will be. I've heard a lot of great things about this book, and it's like Colleen Hoover, where this is a book that a lot of people who just read for fun, they seem to really love. Colleen Hoover I was very scared to go into, but I ended up loving the book Verity, so hopefully I will love Beach Read. Augustus Everett is an acclaimed author of literary fiction. January Andrews writes best-selling romance. When she pens a happily ever after, he kills off his entire cast. They're polar opposites. In fact, the only thing they have in common is that for the next 3 months, they're living in neighboring beach houses, broken, bogged down with writer's block. Then one hazy evening, one thing leads to another, and they strike a deal designed to force them out of their creative ruts. Augustus will spend the summer writing something happy, and January will pen the next great American novel. She'll take him on field trips worthy of any rom-com montage, and he'll take her to interview surviving members of a backwoods death cult, obviously. Everyone will finish a book, and no one will fall in love. Really? Sounds like a good time, and they are currently making a adaptation of this. I don't know if it's going to be a movie or a show though. I will still be adding a nonfiction pick to my TBR this month, and this is one that I've really been wanting to get to educate myself on this situation, and from excerpts that I have heard from this book, I think it's very important with everything that is going on all over the world, not just our country. And I am talking about Nobody's Girl, a memoir of surviving abuse and fighting for justice by Virginia Roberts Giuffre. If you don't know, she was a woman who, I'll read y'all this quote, the unforgettable memoir by the late Virginia Roberts Giuffre, the woman who dared to take on Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. She was the woman who was in the picture with Prince Andrew that was the catalyst for his fall from grace. And just so much this year has fallen back to this situation. So I think it's important to know as much as you can about a situation so you can form an opinion on it and just be informed of the decisions that are happening in our country and obviously other countries as well, because this was really a whole global thing. But Virginia is no longer with us, so this is posthumous. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting how to pronounce that. So that I think will just make it all the more moving. I am adding a graphic novel to my TBR as well, still doing that every month. This is a nonfiction one, and it is a sequel. This isn't one where I was like, oh, I need to read this right away like these other 3 books. With my graphic novels, I just have a stack of them, and I pull out whichever one is on top of the stack, and that's the one I add to my TBR that month. This is Sapiens, A Graphic History, The Pillars of Civilization, Volume 2 by Yuval Noah Harari with David Vandermeulen and Daniel Casanave. This is one, the book version, not the graphic version, was a life-altering experience for me. I came to terms with so much reading that, and I love to see nonfiction books be changed to different formats, young adult, formats or graphic novel formats, just to get that information out to a wider audience, to make it as accessible as possible so everybody is informed and learning new things, because that's why I read personally, is to learn as much as I can. So I always love to just have this information be accessible to so many different kinds of readers, because I know not everybody wants to read a thick nonfiction. I know not everybody can do a graphic novel format, so I think it's so important to have books available in all different kinds of forms. So these are all of the books that I want to read in July. Let me know which one I should read first, because I really don't know which one I should start with, but I will be starting on Wednesday, so y'all have time in the comments to tell me which one I should start with. If you made it through this whole video, leave a fruit emoji in the comments below, and as always, comment, rate, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in my next one. Bye! If you are familiar with my videos, you're used to seeing Sherman at the end of them. Sadly, Sherman has since passed away, but I would still like to encourage you guys to help your local shelters. Sherman was at the Darlington County Humane Society in rural South Carolina. I always have their link down below in the description if you guys would like to help them, but also help your local shelters as well. You can do that by donating, sharing posts like this one, volunteering, fostering, and adopting, which it's great to do all of those things. Great to help your community, great to help the animals in your community, and I cannot recommend it enough. All of my pets were rescues, they were strays or from animal shelters, and I love them so much, and I know how much love they can give, so knowing these pets at the shelter can equally give that much love, it's amazing. And y'all should totally take part and help out those local animal shelter pets, and please help them.